Okay, people, welcome to another Sunset Sunday. Special Sunset Sunday we're going to do. Going to be lively. We're going to have some great information. We got a special guest on here, so stay tuned. Oh, no. Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to another Sunset Sunday. Here we're in the first Sunday of the fall. We got a special guest tonight. I've known this man probably since the mid '90s. Helped me with a lot of different things. We've all both part of one of the biggest network marketing companies that are around, Neutralite Amway. I'm gonna introduce him. His name is Rudy or Rudolph Smith. What's going on, Rudy?
Rudy or Rudolph, just don't call me late to dinner.
It depends on what we fixing, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we waiting. Well, we can start off. We'll be waiting on Kent. He'll pop on in here. So,
Okay.
this like I said, we do this. I've been doing this Sunset Sunday since 2016, and this platform that I've been doing this about a year, right around when the pandemic started. And then I brought it. We brought it to this platform in just a couple of months. We were doing it in Zoom, and then we brought it to this platform. I've known Rudy, like I said, I've known Rudy probably in the mid '90s, I think, somewhere around that time.
Right.
Rudy, how long have you been a minister? I know you retired, but
Well, let's see. I started on the journey back in about 55.
okay.
1955 is when I jumped in.
Okay.
When I went on, completed my training, and been there ever since.
Okay. That's real cool. Since I know you just had a B-day. We celebrated with you. And
Yep.
I don't know if you mind telling how old you are, if you want to tell anybody how old you are with
I don't mind. I'm 90 years of age.
and he got more energy than people that are 30 years younger than him.
Well, I'm gonna say something since you put it that way, bro.
Okay.
The reality is we don't. Well, we've been what redirected from that which we should have been paying attention to, and that is how we live, taking care of our body. Our body is just like an antenna, and it picks up all kinds of good stuff, and it picks up also some bad stuff. Depends on how we receive it and what do we do with it. And if we take care of the temple, the body, it will take care of us.
Yeah. I've always heard that your body's your temple. What you put in it, good to come out of it. You know,
There it is.
it's like a car. You put bad gasoline on, it's not gonna perform well.
There it is.
You know.
But
So
we guys, we reverence. Let me bring that on home. We reverence. We there are things that we should say. More times than not, we don't say. There are those things that we should say that are in keeping and in order with nature. But rather than do that, we follow what some white boy said in seminary or a black boy said in seminary, and then we'll go to the Bible. And we don't even understand that. Therefore, we give out a lot of real bad information. In fact, what Trump has been doing as long as we've known of the name Trump and the clown Trump, ain't nothing more than what a whole bunch of us reverends do in terms of telling the truth, rightly dividing the word of truth. So the only thing I can say to all of you young folk, if you really want to have a healthy life, make sure you put in good stuff in your body and good ideas in your mind. You do reap what you sow. I'm a living testimony, man. I can testify to that.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. So anyway. Okay.
Yeah. I can go by that with my mom's mother now. She lived to be 95. My dad's mother lived to be 104. Her sister lived to be 101. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess it's the way, how they live, as you said. How they took care of themselves. Now, the men, I guess it's a different story in that aspect, Even though my Uncle Russell, he lived to be about, I think he was either 88 or 89 when he passed. So
okay.
And my dad only lived to be 70. So, but I don't know. It's this.
Well,
it's this.
There does seem to be a direct relationship. I can say this now. Earlier on, there was a period of time I could not say it because I was not aware of it. I did not know it, and I preached what I had been taught in seminary, but I've discovered something else, and that is that, again, I'm repeating myself. However, if we take care of the body will take care of us. We do have a very personal relationship with the Creator God, and not with Jesus Christ, but with Creator God, Mother, Father, God. We have a very personal, inextricably woven together relationship, which we can never, ever separate ourselves from. We can try as much as we want, but we can't do it. And depending upon how we respect that relationship determines pretty much the lifestyle or the rewards or the benefits or the results that one experiences. I would encourage your audience to take a very, very serious look at self. One of the things that I've noticed over the years, pastoring, I've never seen Jesus Christ in a casket.
Okay. So what you're saying? Go ahead.
I've done many funerals. I've yet to see Jesus Christ having taken a bullet for somebody. It sure didn't happen there in that church down there. Was it South Carolina?
Oh,
little fella went in there and shot up 9 people.
Yeah.
They were in prayer service.
Right.
Doing their worship thing. Doing their holy stuff.
Yeah.
And they had to take those bullets. And the interesting thing about all of that scenario is that the same thing happened with the Jews over there in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They were in their synagogue doing their thing. And I think about 12 or so of them got shot up. Then after that, out in the Midwest somewhere, there was the Muslims in the mosque doing their prayer thing. And they got shot up. So, those 3 major religions, their deity didn't receive those bullets for any of those folk.
Okay.
So something else is going on. Huh?
Yeah,
something
I understand.
Okay.
I ran across a video on YouTube that talked about that. Let me hear it. Here's Kent. He's come on here. Add him on here. Mr. Kent.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Kent.
What's up, gentlemen?
What you say?
Sorry about coming on late. I don't know why I was thinking 7:30, but I was, so my mistake. Hey, Rudy.
That's what happens when you get old. That's what happens when you get old.
Good thing I know I'm in good company then.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, we were just talking about. We got into the religion things about Jesus. All right, Rudy, I want you to talk about what you talked about at your birthday party. You know, I want you to reiterate on that particular thing that you said.
Okay. Yep. One reality is that back in 325 AD, that is after the death in the Christian era, 325, by the Emperor Constantine, Jesus Christ was invented. There was the invention of Jesus Christ then. And of course, you know, all of the major religions and whatever they say they believe or don't believe in, that would be the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. All three came out of the same pot. All three plagiarized ancient African thought and began to call it their own thought. Well, you know, the research has been done. We have the evidence in to disprove all of the origin of that stuff according to those three religions. But the most important thing, I think, for right now is the recognition that Jesus was invented in 325 AD. And I would encourage the audience, the folk, the brothers and sisters, to do their research. The scripture says, my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Because you've forgotten the law of your God, I will forget your children. Check it out, folks. Tell me about the COVID. Tell me what's going on there with our folk. So there's a lot of things we need to do. We need to do the research. We need to get our behinds off the TV. We need to get our behinds away from all the sports. The white boys are making a whole bunch of money off of us. They've done it for a long time and still doing it, and we've fallen right in with them. You know, what team are you for? You going to watch the game tonight? You know, all that kind of crazy, sick stuff that many of us flock to. So, and there again, you know, the invention, they're able to keep it going because we bought in to the misinformation rather than buying into the correct information. So I don't know whether that gets at what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Greg,
but
or not.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I don't know if I ran across a video, and the title of the video says, it's titled God's Son. Okay.
Right.
But it says God's Son. not S-O-N, but S-U-N.
Okay.
What is your thoughts about that, or do you have any?
Well, the S-O-N, in fact, comes from the S-U-N. That's a part of the plagiarizing. Okay, and turning it around, taking the solid good information, turning it into misinformation. That's the reason I said the Trumpites and all them other folk talking about being free and whatnot. That's all they've done, turn the stuff around.
Now,
But the reality is, here's another piece that I think is very, very important. In fact, it's crucial, ultimate. Greg, Kim, I cannot catch a cold when you choose to go outside and it's cold and you don't put on a coat. You catch the cold. I don't. You are responsible for you. And that is to say, then every living soul is responsible for their own behavior. And you know what? The ignorance of the law is no excuse. But you also are required to study. Get away from the boob tube, that ignorant box. Oh, we just love to watch it. We got our kids watching now, got them phones. Everybody running around with them phones. We're destroying ourselves. We do reap what we sow. So anyway, man, yeah, the sun, S-O-N, and the S-U-N. The S-U-N is the genesis of the S-O-N. And the S-O-N is a misnomer, misinformation.
okay.
And all that we say that the S-O-N does and can do, and all of the miracles, all of those things are things that each and every living individual must and can do. If you want to know who your Savior is, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and you will see your Savior. So the S-O-N is probably fits better with the S-I-N. You understand S-I-N?
Uh-huh.
And all that is missing the mark.
Okay.
Sin originally had to do with missing the mark. And the S-O-N is a part of missing the mark. So I would encourage folks to get in, study the behavior of the sun. It rises in the east and sets in the west. It is consistent, very consistent. The Creator is very consistent. And you know, you have the very same reality, energy, power in each and all of us. Example, your heartbeat. I think I used that also at that time. The notion of the heartbeat. When I reached 84 years of age, I counted how many heartbeats I had in 84 years. And I ended up with over 3.5 billion heartbeats. But the exciting thing about that was not the number of heartbeats, but the realization that what I experienced, every living soul experiences that. And particularly the Homo sapiens sapiens. In other words, all human beings, every person of the human family, from day one. And day one has to do with even before Adam and Eve. That's one of them well-dressed lies. Even before Adam and Eve, the human family experienced that presence of the indwelling power, energy of the Creator, which sustained and kept the heart going. I didn't do that. My mama didn't do that. My daddy didn't do that. The preacher didn't do that. The president didn't do that. The Pope didn't do that. All those folks experienced the same thing. And as I said, that's been around for millions of years. So that notion, the reason I said the invention of Jesus back in 325, you see, that notion of Jesus coming 2,000 years ago and doing all those things that he's supposed to have done has been going on for millions of years. Long before that SON showed up. So we really need to slow down, take a serious look, recognize, number one, that your salvation is in that person who you see when you look in the mirror.
Let me ask you this. What do you think the reason was for the fabrication or the invention of Jesus? What was the purpose? Why they would do something like that?
Control.
Okay.
Control of the few control of the few of the masses.
You think they're still using that today? The control?
Most definitely so. It's kind of interesting. We went to the store today for a moment. We were going to have a little celebration for one of our sons. And we had to pick up some stuff. And as we were checking out, one of the clerks said, y'all coming from church? We were halfway dressed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, we're not. I don't go to church. What can a church do for me? Then I went on to say about how the presence within sustains me and everybody else. And the interesting thing about that, once having said that, 3 people chimed in support of what was being said. And that blew my mind. And these were elderly women, elderly black women who tend to be devout Christians. But again, you need proof. You want evidence. I'll take you back again to that AME church down there in South Carolina where the preacher and about 8 folk got blown away.
Well, not just too, but not just them. You could say what's going to happen to George Floyd and a lot of other folks. Stuff.
Well, you got it. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the reality is, we heavy melanated people, we must do our work. It is very obvious we're not doing it. It's obvious we're allowing others to try and do it for us. They can't. I have to do it for me. You have to do it for you. The preacher can't do it for me. Jesus can't do it for me. Moses can't do it. Abraham can't do it. Paul can't do it. John can't do it. Peter can't do it. The only one who can do it is Watash. Have you heard that word before, Watash?
Watash? No, I have not heard.
That's a Korean
I can't
term.
say that I have, no.
That's a Korean term.
Okay.
Back during the Korean War. That I have to do it. I'm responsible. Every single individual is responsible.
That was really one of my attraction to a lot of Asian philosophy and stuff, because it put the responsibility on you, not in anything else.
Now, do you know where those Asian folk got it from?
Africa.
That's right. We need to know that. You see, at one time there were no Asians. At one time there were no whites. At one time there were only blacks. And when the black folk got themselves together over there in Kemet and in the Great Lakes region, Then they spread it out, immigrated into the East and into Europe. The only problem is those who went off into Europe, they got caught in the Ice Age. And that messed them suckers up.
Yeah.
They had to, huh?
No, go ahead.
They had to change. Well, they had to change. Nature changed them so that they might live. Rather than being white, or black that is, the melanin was no longer needed. So they became lightly melanated. And now they call themselves white. That also is a major misnomer. Only white people I've ever seen have been in the casket.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whiteness on Mother Africa, way back, whiteness related to bones of dead people. Once they stayed out in the sun, they became white. And white became a symbol of death. Why do you think the simple head Ku Klux Klan put on white robes?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah. And even in in Asian cultures, when they have a funeral mass, or whatever you want to call it, their whole attire is white.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you know, we need to wake up, smell the roses, and really see what's going on.
Let me ask you this: How you think? Do you think a lot of this, what you've been saying, needs to be taught and related to moving forward financially as a community? How that would help?
Ultimately, it would help. Yes. Now we know. You see, we have experienced the miseducation of the Negro. We've experienced that, and it has directed our thoughts and our action. And if we truly expect to grow and develop, we've got to pick on what the indwelling presence is saying to us. And it speaks all the time. However, we don't always listen. Seldom do we listen. That's the reason why we have all of the bad marriages, child abuse, you name it. But not only do we have it, white folk have it too. Those who call themselves white. So, yes, I think it would economically, it all fits together, man. It's not something separate from, different than. So I would say, yes, we need to sit down. We need to lay this stuff out on the table. We need to call a spade a spade. We need to, and the scripture says, rightly divide the word of truth. That's what we need to do. We're not doing it. We've not done it. I have been very much a part of the miseducation. As a pastor, I'm just as guilty as all of the others. But I tell you what, I know how you feel because I felt the same way. But this is what I found out. And this now, Greg, is what I share with you. That which I have found out. And I find that it works. You know, there are little things that you can do. For an example, I might be getting off the track now, but at any rate, I used to pay close attention, and I was taught this. You were too. Don't go to sleep on me now.
No, I'm right. I'm not going to sleep. I'm listening.
Okay. Anyway, we were taught to pay attention to the names of a person, right? What they say they do and all that sort of stuff. What they are, whether they're conservative or liberal or what have you. I discovered fairly early in the ministry that I needed to not listen to what a person says he or she is, but just keep quiet and watch their patterns of behavior. Their patterns of behavior speaks louder than what they say they are.
So
And in learning that lesson, that enabled me to deal with a lot of sick white folk who would want me to believe what they say they are and back down or change. But no, it doesn't work that way. You know, the presence of the spirit within is powerful. We really need to learn to listen, learn to recognize it first, and then listen to it. And that's the other reason I say, you want to know who your Savior is? Go check it out in the mirror.
yeah,
Your body is a receptor, if you will. Receives
yeah.
all kinds of.
I was always told to listen or to watch what people do, not so much what they say. Even my grandparents told me that.
All right, well, there it is.
Because
There it is.
you know, my Uncle Russell always said, you know, a lot of people can say a lot of different things, but pay attention actually what they do.
Right.
Because, you know, a lot of people say they're going to do something, they're going to do this and do that. And then when you wait for their actions, they don't do anything.
Exactly. Yep.
So a lot of times I don't say much because I sit back and watch and we'll see what everybody's going to do. And a lot of times they just go on and do it without even saying anything to anybody.
Well, one thing for sure, I think with proper information, and we can get proper information if we're willing to do the research and do the work. With proper information, economically, we can do all the things we ought to do. It might not be easy, but it's here for us. And at the same time, we know that those other folk who are dead set on trying to destroy you, to make sure you fail. That's kind of like when President Obama was president. Mitch McConnell and all them clowns vowed that they would do everything in their possibility that they can do to see that Obama did not succeed. Well, that behavior has been around for a well of a long time. And each time that blacks have had to rise to the occasion, and they did, they always were highly successful. Now, there's a reason for that high successful nature. And I would encourage you to take a look at your DNA. Do the research on DNA. There are series numbers, DNA series numbers. I don't know whether you're familiar with this or not. But for European and lightly melanated folk, their number is 6. For orangutans and giraffes and apes and so forth and so on, their number is less than 6. Goes all the way down to 3. Their DNA series number. European, Eurasians, lightly melanated folk, which means white, yellow. You're looking at 6, the number 6. And then for Africans, heavy melanated folk, the number is 9. Now this came out of a study that some scientists all over the world, basically white boys, did. Because they felt there was something to this DNA. And what they discovered, they finally ended up copywriting it so it could not be reprinted. The document is Global Patterns of Linkage, Disequilibrium, at the CD for locusts and modern human origins. These and they put it in a document, and it's under. This was done in 1996. The group of geneticists, and it's in the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And what they discovered is that the higher the DNA series, the greater intelligence. You want to know why blacks are always rising above in spite of all of the foul treatment over thousands of years? They've come to the conclusion this is why. I understand in a book, the title of it is The Advancement of I'm sorry. Can't even get it together, guys. Oh, The Mark of Oppression. That's the title of a book, The Mark of Oppression.
Okay.
And the one question they raised in that book, what was it that enabled black people to succeed in view of all of the lynchings, the burnings, disemboweling, in view of the misinformation? What was it that enabled them to rise above? And they came to the conclusion that the DNA at least explains that. So I share that with you. Okay. And what would that do economically? Well, I think if we really stopped following white folk, and let me say here at this point, if I may, when I talk about following white folk, see, because I remember back in the 30s and the 40s in the East End, Longstreet, Mount Vernon, that was called the Gold Coast. We were a self-contained community, and we were. And with civil rights movement, we lost everything. Why? Because we were tickled to death we could go now to white movies and sit downstairs, didn't have to go up in the peanut gallery. We were tickled to death we could go to white restaurants and didn't have to go to the back door to get a sandwich. We were tickled to death that we could go to white hotels and stay. We were so tickled to death that we even let our own black businesses go and flocked to white folks' businesses. So, brother, you talk about economics. Yeah, there's something we can do. But we've got a long, hard road ahead of us because we've picked up on bad information. And I'm sure many of you are aware of the Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tail.
Mm-hmm.
That's another example. Because I remember when the academia, the establishment would say blacks are not intelligent enough. Man, and those brothers got in there and disproved all of the white theories of the inequality, or lack of quality of black folk. So we keep doing that. We keep demonstrating that. But we don't understand. And that's the reason, one of the reasons for the church doing what it does. Those guys doing what they did way back in 325. They wanted to control. How do you control? Well, if I tell a lie long enough, y'all gonna begin to believe it. Even Hitler said that.
Mm-hmm.
But he wrote knockoff.
Do you think that was one of the things that they used to enslave blacks?
What was?
The Jesus theory, the religious or
oh yeah,
theory.
Oh definitely so. Yes.
Okay.
I do think that.
Because it always made I always wondered why. This is one thing that in the last few years I questioned. I said, we celebrate Christmas, and I said the thing that wasn't congruent with anything was Easter. I said, why is Easter either in March or April? Then Christmas is always in December. Okay, maybe a
Right.
different day, still on the 25th, but
Okay.
they're always talking about the resurrection and everything. And I said, well, why is a resurrection either in March or April?
Okay.
And I ran across a video just a couple of days ago, the one I was talking about, God's Son, and it talked about how a lot of that with Easter and everything was based off the stars and astrological things.
Correct.
And it made a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
More than what I learned in Sunday school or anything else. And
Okay.
and I was like, okay, that's why. Because they even broke down, as you said, different cultures also talked about the Savior. They always say the same thing. The Savior was born December 21st and da-da-da-da-da. And no matter whether it was in India, Pakistan, or whatever, they were the same talking points as
Right.
Christianity.
Right. And that's because of the movement of the celestial bodies.
Right.
Plain and simple. That's it. So now, if you really want to get into that, then you need to get into astronomy. Okay? We need to study these heavenly bodies because that is where originally the notion of the Savior and all that good stuff came from. Easter, you have the winter equinox and
the
solstice.
solstice. Yeah,
Right.
we just went into that now, and they talked about as we talked about the cross, and they mentioned about how the cross, the astrological cross, and if you look in back of it, is always the sun.
Okay.
And they talked about in each, if you go to any churches, a lot of them, when they have a thing of Jesus, behind that picture, there's a picture of the sun.
Right.
So it made me saying, well, basically, all they're talking about in reality is that we doing nothing but sun worship.
Well,
And they mentioned it.
That's what they claimed Egypt was doing.
Yeah.
Was doing sun worship, worshiping the sun, when in reality that was not the case. But that was convenient for them to say because they wanted to poo-poo, if you will please, the Africans. To say they didn't know what they're doing, stupid and dumb and superstitious. There they are, worshiping the sun. No, they were worshiping the reality behind the sun. The sun was a symbol.
Right.
A symbol of something much greater. Symbol of, in fact, what each of us has within us that sustains our heartbeat, that pulls together all of the endocrine bodily functions and keep functioning as they ought to function, as long as we take care of the temple. But if we begin to misuse the temple in the temple's attempt to heal itself, we then experience all kinds of disease, dis-ease. So, yeah, we are a part of the universe. We're not apart from. We are a part of the celestial bodies. That energy that raises the sun is the very same energy that is in our bodies that gives us life. And it is that we must look at and pay attention to. One of the things, I've been married, and of course, I think you came to one of our celebrations. Been married now for 62 years. But the interesting thing about that is, when I saw that little lady, I had a gut feeling about her. And by that time, I recognized, okay, the inners do speak. What you say, trust your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your gut. You've heard that. And I did. And it's paid off. But not only have I done it there, I've done it in many, many other situations for which I can give you information on and facts on. And we need to take the time and pay attention to what's going on in us, more so than what's going on around us. Most of us want to see what's going on around us. That's one of the reasons why so many of our young, stupid, forgive me for saying it that way, so many of our confused young people run around shooting each other. That makes a whole bunch of sense, doesn't it? Now the Ku Klux Klan doesn't have to worry about lynching y'all because y'all lynching each other.
Yeah.
So something else is going on that we really need to look at and pay attention to. So yeah, you're right about the sun, SUN, how all of that plays into this. You're right about how that would fit in with the economics, because it would definitely so, because we would be making right decisions instead of all the bad decisions that we seem to make and that we give to white. It's interesting how we keep giving them the privilege and the pleasure to do what they do because we're trying to follow them. When in fact, the fact of the matter is they should be following us.
And I think what's happening now, if we pay attention, there is what's the word I want, how I use it, especially with the census that's coming out, why they're acting the way they're acting, because they're finding out that they're becoming a minority.
They've always been a minority. There's never been a time they were not the minority. They know that. From day one, they've always been the minority. But you know, one of the best defense is an offense, right?
Yep.
And their offense is to put down the very stuff that would benefit them. They have, well, let me come at it this way. There are more police officers committing suicide than are dying in the line of duty. That's a fact of life.
Okay.
There are more deaths among lightly melanated people, which is to say white, than there are births. You get the picture?
Mm-hmm.
There is a great death number connected to melanoma. That's one of the highest one of the highest death rates among lightly melanated people. Where I live, very, very few blacks, a bunch of whites. And of course, I'm rather loquacious, talkative. So I'll talk to anybody. And of all of the guys with whom I've had discussion in my neck of the woods, all had melanoma. And they've shown me their injuries. This I've seen. So yeah, they're concerned, and rightly so. Heck, I would be concerned too, man.
Yeah.
If I really saw what really is going on, they are scared to death. The fear of genetic annihilation is tearing them up. Now, how they could have prevented that from happening is if when they came out of the ice age, if they had found the blackest thing they could to mate with, at least that would have guaranteed their offsprings some melanin, more melanin in their skin to protect them from the UV sun rays. They don't like that. They get upset with that. But that's reality, man. That's scientific. They didn't create that. You know, so yep, they're concerned, and I say rightly so. They need to be concerned. Because they made a great mistake. Okay. Our quote founding fathers made a big mistake from day one. When they put down black folk, they should never have done that. But they did. And they're paying a severe price for that. But then we also are paying a price for the stupidity too. But it's tearing them up.
Yeah. It's crazy how you know, as you get older, you start, well, at least I don't know with everybody, but especially with me, you start discovering things like that. You know, we talk about why people do things they do, why we have an educational system that wants to keep us in control, especially certain groups of people, economic, especially when it comes to economics. But that, like you said, that's always been a thing since time immemorial, I guess. You know,
right?
It's crazy how that they don't want us to know who. If you don't know who you are, you cannot fight against the people who want to try to keep you down.
That's true.
You know.
Now it has not always been like this. Let me say very quickly, because it has not always been that way. But we're looking at many thousands of years back when it was different, and we need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they want us. They want us to learn European history, but they definitely don't want us to know African history.
No.
See, white folk haven't always been. And what was it when they weren't? We need to know that.
Okay.
So, you know, the fear thing is paramount with them, and of course, rightly so. They make such stupid mistakes. They keep doing the same dumb thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Why do you think they keep doing that?
Because they don't know any better. Stupid, ignorant, dumb.
Or they just haven't wanted to know any better? I mean, you think after a while.
One of the things that some of the experts have said, coming out of the ice age, you see, that ice age was very cruel. That environment was very harsh. Food didn't grow on the trees like it did over there in the warm climate, the warm cradle of civilization. That cold cradle of civilization was ruthless. So that's all they know how to behave. Check out their history. Everywhere they've gone, they fought people. And everywhere they've gone, they've always ran into folk unlike them. But coming out of that ice age environment, one part of their brain, the pineal gland, calcified or froze. Judging from their behavior, even up to 2021, judging from their behavior, it looks as though it is still frozen. Now that's a black spot within the brain. Everybody has it. Every living person has that black spot, has that melanin in the brain. But see, when they came down on anything black, they also came down on their intelligence within their own brain.
Right.
Call that what? Self-destruct. You say you wonder why they do what they do because they don't know any better. Well, they're misdirected interest, not the demise of black, ought in fact to be the enhancement thereof.
Yeah.
So, what do you do, man?
We have to, like you said, we have to. There's a lot of re-education that has to be done. Well, for those who want to be re-educated.
Well, I think this. Now, I know what I do, and it gets me in trouble.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I had a white boy today called me a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what I'm sharing, I share with you. But I also know that we have to be kind of like a farmer, and that is to broadcast the seeds. We got to put the seeds out there. In other words, we got to put the thoughts out there. Like it or not, they need to hear it.
Right.
They need to be confronted. See, for me, is Rudolph Smith. For me, my question at the end of the day is, did I do what I should have done?
Yeah.
Question for all of us.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. That was my reasoning for this whole platform that I put together, and has evolved to where it is now from 2016. You know, because I guess this started on my phone. It was just me, and it was only maybe a 20-minute thing. Okay. Then when I saw all this stuff happening with the pandemic and things getting shut down, so this is an opportunity to scale up even further, especially then we started.
Hello?
I got Kent and but it just ended up being me and Kent to this time. And it has worked out great because, you start seeing a lot of stuff. We've been able to reach a lot more different people on this, and a lot of questions. Like we're saying, anybody, we're in about that top of the hour. If there's any questions out there that want to be asked to Mr. Rudy Smith, you can. We're open to do that. We got a lot of nuggets tonight, a lot of truths tonight.
I just have to say, if knowledge is the key, show Mr. Smith, Rudy Smith, a lot.
Yeah.
Let it down.
Well, we've been hearing this from him. We've known him a while, so we've been hearing a lot of this from him. I just wanted to share this out to people that are following me on Facebook and YouTube and everything, because to get a different opinion, a different perspective is always good in different things. I've had different guests on this show over the last year. In fact, we've had about 4 or 5 different ones. So that's why my thing was to bring you out here, Mr. Rudy Smith.
All right.
And to share your knowledge, your wisdom and stuff. And, we all, it's a continuum continuous thing to learn, you know. And like I told you, I wanted you to bring out all that because we all needed to understand it.
Yeah, we can do it again. We can, and I'm willing to have conversation with whomever.
Okay.
And I do have to go. And I do have to go.
Okay. Well, we thank you for taking the time to your time to be on the show and sharing your knowledge and everything. I know people appreciate what that. You know, a lot of this stuff people will make comments after the fact because it's on Facebook, so it gets more.
I understand. I'd be interested in knowing the comments that you do get. Please share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm out of here, guys. Love you.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Give Joyce my best, Rudy.
All right. It sure will. Thank you.
Well, we thank again Mr. Rudy Smith for joining us on Sunset Sunday. We are in the last Sunday, first Sunday of fall, last Sunday of September.
Yes, sir.
We've been promoting an 8-week course that we are doing. It's coming up this week. Let me see if I can get on here.
Yeah, I think it's the 30th. Is it the 30th or the 1st?
Well, I think they start on the 30th, from my understanding. Let me see.
Okay, I was right. I thought I was off a day.
We're going here. Here it is, an 8-week live boot camp. If you want to learn to make money fast and promoting any product, service, or opportunity, or anything that you're trying to sell, this is a course thing you should join. Okay? This is an 8-week. That means this thing is going to go up till what, the first of the year, or at the least the end of December. Okay. Oh, they did. And another thing, they just added this person, Mr. Ray Higdon. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's another trainer in network marketing. I know him from blogging. I got one of his blogging courses that I got a few years back. So
okay.
So how Ray Higdon hit $1 million in MLSP commissions. Bonus still available. This website disappears on Wednesday. Hey, if you're interested in getting in with this bonus, I would sign up tonight, because that's what, we'll share the link out. We got 3 days to get that, to sign up, because on Wednesday it disappears. Everything you'll get when you buy the live 8-week affiliate boot camp. Okay. This is what you're going to get. This is the value, $997. Live 8-week training, marketing boot camp, make money on your business, proven strategies, create sales and signups. Free training trial on MLSP coaching system to help you get more leads, signups, and whatever. No matter what type of business you are promoting or doing, leveraging the internet. That's what we do. The other bonus, software to launch a sexy self-branded lead generation capture page. 0 tech required. Okay, that's another $397 value. The other one was $297. Bonus 4, get instant access to a 10-day quick start. Get PDF guides to attract prospects in social media in 24 hours. This is another bonus you'll get. Limitless DMO training done for you lead gen campaigns. Get ready to buy leads for your business. This is like a bonus 5. Live coaching, 6 to 7 figure affiliate marketing, network marketers to help you create cash flow. Cash flow is the game in this business, people. Lifetime access to affiliate marketing boot camp. Now, once you get this boot camp as long as you have access to it lifetime. Okay. Leverage affiliate launches, win affiliate contests for cash flow by Lindsay Sirwell and Kim Ward. Bonus 6, 7, whatever, high converting, high paying MLSP affiliate program to take what you learn in this 8-week boot camp and get paid. This is what you're going to get for this thing. This whole thing is valued at over $3,000. Okay. They're giving you a huge 99% discount to get instant access to everything above that I just showed you. Join us live September 30th, you were right, Kent, for session 1 of the Affiliate Marketing Bootcamp. That's Thursday. Okay, this thing was originally marked at $495. Let's say $497. That's $500. Okay, you getting all this, people, for $50, $499, $49.97. All this, 8 weeks training to learn everything you need to know to be successful online. You can't beat that. Nobody else is doing this online. No network marketing companies. They're not teaching you how to do online. Nobody else is doing it but us through MLSP. I would sign up tonight if I was you. Tonight.
Take advantage of it. Take advantage.
This is what we got going on. You can't lose. You can't beat. There's nothing. Nobody else is doing this.
No, and especially with the value that you're going to get with a little amount of investment. I mean, that's almost a stick. It is a steal, but it's a steal worth your investment, ladies and gentlemen. It really is.
Right there, the bottom of that lower third. That's where you can sign up. You can sign up right now, tonight, $49.95 for 97 or whatever. Get access right now. Join us on the 30th. Learn how to market, learn to sell anything you want to sell online. You're going to be learning from 6 and 7 figures people. 6 and 7 figure marketers are going to help you learn how to market online. Nobody else is teaching this. Nobody else is teaching this. So I hope you got value from tonight's thing with Mr. Rudy Smith. You know, if we stepped on any toes on, we talked about the Jesus theory. Well, I mean, there's a video. I don't know if I can find it, and it's interesting. Let me see if I can find it on my page. I don't know if I can find this thing. It's called God's. It's only like a 5 or 10 minute. It's interesting. That's not it. And we're not trying to tell you what to believe, but it's interesting to understand a lot of different things that are going on. Here it is. Here it is. Let me go share this. And See if it comes up. I'll skip the ad. I don't want the ad. That's the only thing about these things, the ads.
Oh, you know, you know they got to do that. Got to put that on there.
I know, and they doing it on Facebook too.
Yep,
They doing
exactly.
it on Facebook when you're trying to watch something and it interrupt you. Man, come on. Jeez, this is looping. Are we gonna be able to see it tonight?
Okay. I think it's coming though.
This is the sun. As far back as 10,000 BC, history is abundant with carvings and writings reflecting people.
Come on. Like it was coming, and then I closed the tabs. I didn't know what was. Okay, what's going on?
There it is. Just
But this
got still buffering.
Yeah, I don't know why it's still buffering. Maybe. What the heck happened?
It's probably going to start over from square one there.
Every time I want to.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it's doing.
Respect and adoration for this object. And it is simple to understand why, as every morning the sun will rise, bringing vision, warmth, and security, saving.
Somebody don't want me to show this. Because I'm getting this unresponsive thing from on my page.
Yeah.
So there's something going on.
That's what I had to. That's when I dropped off. I had to come off Firefox and get on Google Chrome, because it was saying that my connection was bad. And that rarely happens on Firefox.
Oh, you was on Firefox?
Yeah. Yeah, I always use Firefox as my main browser. But but the PC is trying to pump that Microsoft Edge though.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to use that. But I used to use Firefox until even on MLSP wasn't. It was having
$453,000
Oh yeah.
commissions in 60 days. Without Amazon, Shopify.
This is when they had webinars on air. Webinars on air wasn't supporting it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what's going on with this. I don't want to hold everybody up with this tonight. If it's not gonna, it seems like it's not gonna. It's a 10-minute video. All people go to YouTube, and it's called God's Son, and check this video out. It's deep. Because it doesn't look like it wants to stream.
No, it's like trying to climb that mountain, but it keeps on slipping.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just get off of here. Let me stop. Yeah. But yeah. You know, like I said, Rudy's he was gonna bring in some nuggets, and I promise you that's what he's gonna do. Like I said, we known Rudy for. Well, I've known Rudy since the mid 90s, and you know, and then once I got to know him more, he has got a lot of information. He's the one that introduced me to Robert Kiyosaki's Conspiracy of the Rich book.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that was one of the things that's how I got with that book.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's presentation. If you did, give me some love, give me some comments. I'd like to see what your thoughts were on this tonight's presentation. Share it out to people to rerun on Facebook. Let everybody know about this, because it's something we all need to be knowing. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and maybe some people don't want to know. I don't know. But it's crazy. Yeah, I think for now on we're gonna be 7:00 is gonna be the show time on Sunset Sunday.
All right.
You forgot up now. I changed it to 7.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept thinking in my head it was 7. It was 7:30. You know, it was just. And then I was doing. I mean, I was getting ready for it. Then I saw the notification come across my phone when it was charging. I'm like, oh snap! Okay.
Yeah, because I thought I saw you do a video and say that we were going to do this at 7. So
I thought I said 7. I thought I said 7:30. Maybe I said 7. I don't get me the line.
Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. Like I said, we do this every Sunday night. I've been doing this since 2016. We've been doing this platform since 4 years now, almost 2 years going on now. We're going in the fourth quarter of 2021. What you're going to do about business? We're going to change financially. This platform, this 8-week boot camp could change your financial situation going into 2022. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to do for your family, that link is the catalyst to help you. Right there, $50. You can't beat that. That's a $3,000 value, which it regularly cost them. They were selling at $500. You getting it for $50. People, how can you not take advantage of that? You're gonna get nuggets from the top affiliate marketers, network marketers, and then the special one. Ray Higdon made $1 million in his blog.
Right.
So you're gonna get a whole lot of information up until the end of this year, and all these things are recorded. So it's not like you say you can't you got to work or you won't be able to attend all of them. You don't have to. Once you sign up, you get access to the recordings. You get access to all that shit. You don't have to. Okay.
And that's for the duration, folks.
Yeah, that's for the duration. So there's no excuse. If you can't invest $50 in yourself, you know, with what's been said tonight and what need to be done, people, Ain't nothing going to change for your life until you make the change yourself. Right there. Sign up on that link. Go to that link tonight, because Wednesday they're taking away all these bonuses and stuff. We start Thursday, people. We starting to hit the road ball running into 2022. We're not going to be bullshitting about it. We're going to probably talk about more nuggets about this, what the first week of this was done. But, you know, if you want to join us, be with us in this journey for the rest of the year, I suggest hit that link in the lower thirds in that and in here, and let's all do this together. Let's all be prosperous in going into 2022. Because
why not?
It's you know, the market out here, job market's different out here. I know I don't want to go back to no damn job. I know there's a lot of y'all want to get out of y'all's job. I talked to a young lady this week about that. So, you know, it's there, people. It's there. You just got to take advantage of it. That's all I can say. With that being said, you got any other thoughts, criticisms, thoughts, Kent? Till we wrap this up tonight?
Well, once again, just a shout out to Mr. Rudy Smith for coming on the show tonight. As we both know, he dropped some serious knowledge. That's why I ended that with knowledge is the key. Just showing a lot, because he'll open the door for you. And if you did find value, and I know you did, if you found value out of this presentation tonight, out of this podcast tonight, share it out, watch the replay, and tell folks about it, because Greg and I like to provide Bible knowledge that you can use, even if it's not related to business. Because, I mean, yes, we preach online business, but we know we don't. That's not who we are 24/7. We are other folks too, and you've got to learn in this world. You've got to learn other aspects of it, so you can be better prepared to be a better business person, in my opinion.
Yeah, because people they want to live life. Business is just a way people make a living or money to sustain their life. And we just trying to give people other alternatives than always having to get up and go somewhere to a job. There's too much in this society think that's the only way you can make a living. It's got to get up and go to a job, and that's not true. Especially not what's happened in the last year and a half, 2 years with this pandemic. People are looking at other alternatives. People are sick of bosses. People are sick of people looking over their shoulder, micromanaging their ass about stupid stuff. I know I was, because like I always said, I wanted to be able to sleep till I was done. That's why I constantly do things to enhance me to be able to do certain things. And you got to do that. That's the only way you do it. Yeah, it's your responsibility. As Mr. Rudy said, it's not Jesus, God. Nobody's going to do anything. My grandmother always said God helps those who help themselves. Whatever you believe, the universe, you got to get up on your butt and put the effort into it. And if there's some need, help by the universe, that will help. But universe has got to see that you are doing or making an effort to do things. It ain't going to just happen because you wish it. Exactly. Or you pray about it. What are you doing? Is the thing. What are you going to do about it? If you're not going to do about it, you can pray till you blue in the face. Ain't nothing going to happen. You are the responsibility of your life. With that being said, people, I don't know what else to be said. That's what it is. What it is, folks. Hey. You can't help you. Like I always talk about, Sunday nights and people stressed out going to job because they don't like their job. Heart attack rate goes up probably 90% now. And if you die at your desk, die wherever, they'll have your job in the paper before they have your obituary. And that's not me saying, that's a Les Brown quote. So y'all can't I stole that. Well, you can say I stole it, but that's a Les Brown quote, and I'm giving Les Brown the credit for that. I didn't make it up. I heard it from him. So that's where we're at. Join us every Sunday night. We're gonna be back here next Sunday. What we're gonna talk about, I have no idea. We're gonna be promoting what we going through with this promotion, and because next week we'll go through a first week or first couple of days or whatever. I don't know if it's weekly. I don't know. We'll be sharing some stuff on the course. I know that.
Of course we will.
Whatever else we talk about, you'll find out then. So my name is Greg Smith. This is Kent Robinson, business partner and friend for about 10 years or more.
Yeah, man, it's been that long. Woo! Time flies.
Yeah, it's been that long, dude. It's been, maybe 14. Wait a minute. 2008. This is 2021.
Yeah. About
4 years.
13 years. 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people, until then, have a great first week of fall. I don't know what else to tell you. People, peace.
Take care, everybody. You know, we will see you next week. And I guess as with our MLSP brothers and sisters, this Sunset Sunday show, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Later.